Hi there, Virgo lovelies. This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. I am glad to be bringing in the budding trees moon with you as we are approaching the spring season and opening ourselves to things that are new and blossoming and budding. So excited about that. It is a full moon coming up on the 21st, which is the spring equinox. So if you would like a full moon reading, don't hesitate to reach out to me. But this is your medicine wheel reading, and this is for all the Virgos, sun, moon, and rising signs. Or if you know that you're heavy on the Virgo side in your chart, you can pay attention to this reading as well. All right, Virgos, I will be reading from Colette Baron Reed's The Wisdom of the Oracle today. We've got Why, The Observer, Between the Worlds, Higher Power, and a message in the bottle for you. All right, so this is why you've got questions that you need answering. I am not surprised, Virgo. You guys are the analytical zodiac sign of the entire universe. So you all are always asking good questions, and you still are. So nothing has changed. You are still in good. You are still yourself. Okay. We've got you in an observation mode. We've got you between the worlds here. We've got you in a connecting to your higher power because there's a message here. So if you have been asking questions, then there is a message waiting for you, okay? And it's coming in from your higher power. And it's coming because you are kind of between these two phases of your life. So you Virgos are between two phases, like you're easing out of who you were in the past or what you did in the past, and then you're embarking on something new. So you got to think of it that way. Like you've got to think of it like don't dwell in the past. Like don't try to put your mind on how things were for you and like looking to make that be that in the future. It's not. This is something new. It may be the reason why you have so many questions right now because it's like Virgos like to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not here, then I should be there by now, and you're not. So it's like, well, why? Why is that happening? So it's asking you to be observant, pay attention. Pay attention to the things that are going on around you. Less active, more in looking, listening to what's happening, pay attention to what's happening, and you're going to be connecting again with your higher power. Your higher source is trying to reach to you to tell you exactly what it is that you need to do. The message is coming. The message is there. They keep asking. The message is there for what you keep asking for. I'm getting that you're going to another level. You're taking a step up, Virgos. You're going to another level. So there may be there's a fair amount of education that is needed at this time for you. It's a fair amount of education and maybe some reading involved. Or it may not even be reading. It may be actually like learning from another person or somebody who is knowledgeable or who is well versed. Ask them some questions, get a mentor. Okay. All right, so I am clarifying with the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Pui-Moon Law. If you want to go and find your deck, you can do that. All right, so in the why section of your life, I'm getting the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Pentacles is usually associated with hanging on to something or trying to control a situation. You're trying to make it work, okay? Don't do that, okay? Don't do that, okay? It's okay to ask. It's okay to seek the answers. But when the answers come, don't be like, well, that's not what I thought it was supposed to be. That's you trying to control the outcome or trying to control the information that's coming in. Don't control it, just listen. In the observation position, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So what that tells me is that there's a synchronicity that is trying to happen for you. There's a connection that needs to be made. You need to make a connection. Okay, it could be a connection to another person. It could be a connection to another person, but I think it's just like making a connection in your own self. That's what I think. It's like two pieces of information that you need to put together. And I'm seeing that because you're between worlds here. You're like phasing out of one thing, going into another. And there needs to be a connection or a cohesiveness. You have to see how what you've already been doing ties into what you're going to do, but without trying to hang on and to control the situation. Don't try to do that. And then that's where you find movement. Movement is in that position. So it looks like things are moving. Things are going to move for you. You're not going to stay stuck in the past. You are going to drift nicely into your future. But you have to be open to that, and you have to kind of put things in. You have to get everything lined up. That's one of the things about the Chariot card. It always has two horses, and the idea is that if the two horses are going in two different directions, then the cart doesn't go. You have to get the horses focused in the same direction. So if your aim is split, if your focus is off, if you're thinking one thing and doing another, or if you're saying you want one thing but then your actions are showing something else, then that's going to stop the movement. And you want the movement. You want that to happen, because I know Virgo doesn't like to be stuck in the middle somewhere. You really like to know what's happening. Okay? So the higher power is where everything clicks. So prayer and meditation, I'm getting higher power in just about every zodiac reading this season. Okay? So connecting to the higher power is of the utmost. It's always important to connect to your higher power, because your higher power is your higher power and knows what to do. Okay? But in your case this time, again, it's telling you connect there, not just because, you want to feel light and airy and be able to talk about how wonderfully spiritual you are. It's so that you can actually manifest the things that you're trying to get in, that you're trying to call in for yourself. So your higher power knows all of you. It's not just part of you. It's not like it's not like God or the spirit is like, well, we can only give you things that are spiritual. Okay? God knows all of your needs, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and is here to help you get that. Nobody's trying to keep that from you. So the message in the bottle here is burdens. Get rid of these burdens. Get rid of these thoughts and these ideas and these things that are dragging you down. Yeah, like stop that. That's what's hanging you up, Virgo. Get rid of that. These are mental barriers. These are mental burdens. These are things that you think you should do, but you shouldn't. These are the things that you wish you wanted, but you don't really, because if you did, then it would cause all kinds of stuff. Like you got to really come clean and get clear with yourself. And I'm getting that the questions that you're asking are kind of related to control, but I don't want you to stop asking the questions, because I think that asking the questions is what helps you get to what you need to get to. That's one thing that we know about Virgos. They do a lot of analysis. They do a lot of asking, but it's for their own reasons. So I don't take that from you at all. If you're asking the questions, continue to ask. If there's things that you're seeking, continue to seek them. But know that the end result is not about controlling the outcome. It's not about that. It is about getting the synchronicity, that internal synchronicity that you're looking for, so that you can get yourself, like I like to say, get your piece of fence out of your butt. Okay? Nobody wants to. That's uncomfortable. So we don't want to do that at all. Let me see if I see anything else for you. So go with the flow. See what flows to you, Virgo. Like, don't try to force anything. Let things flow to you. The synchronicity that you're looking for is going to come by you being more observant, being more watchful. Don't forget your prayers and your meditation and waiting on the Lord, who renews your strength. And then you'll mount up like on wings like an eagle. You'll run and not be weary. You'll walk and not faint. Okay? But you got to connect to your higher power. Your higher power is trying to give you what it is that you're looking for. But you got to let him or her or they, them, those, whichever way you like to think about it. All right, so that's it for you, Virgo. I appreciate you all so much. I think you're great, wonderful people, and I hope you have a great budding trees moon and you have a wonderful life. If you need to reach out for a personal reading, you can do that at info@wooingnature.life. Enjoy it. Bye-bye.